Hi, it's Carolyn. The topic for today's Radically Sensible Eating is what to eat for a healthy gut and a healthy brain, and what do probiotics and prebiotics have to do with it. During the past 2 decades, the gut has become the centerpiece of research regarding the health of the brain. Many believe a healthy body, including the brain, is dependent on the health of the gut. We have all heard expressions connecting the gut to the emotional brain. When you follow your instinct, you're trusting your gut. If something is extremely upsetting, it's thought to be gut-wrenching. Revealing a large amount of information is referred to as spilling your guts. A nervous feeling is called butterflies in the stomach, and a spontaneous response, a gut reaction. The gut-brain connection is more than a collection of phrases, however. The gut and the brain are partners. The brain has a direct effect on the gut, and the gut has a direct effect on the brain. In scientific terms, this is called bidirectional. Initially, the brain was thought to be doing most of this talking in this relationship, but a new gut microbiome research shows your gut has a lot to say. And before we go any further, I want to clarify a couple of terms that are often mentioned when discussing research about the gut: microbiome and microbiota. The gut microbiome is an ecosystem, in a sense, a system containing beneficial bacteria and potentially not so beneficial bacteria and fungi. These bacteria and fungi are the microbiota. Although they're often used interchangeably, microbiota are the actual bugs, and the microbiomes are the bugs and their environment, the genes, and their activity in the body. Depending on the information received by the gut, good bacteria or not so good bacteria form, leading to positive or negative outcomes. The gut is home to trillions of bacteria that are directly communicating with your brain along something that is called the gut-brain axis, also known as the vagus nerve or the vagal nerve. The term gut-brain axis is used to describe this complex relationship and represents this bidirectional communication system that connects the nervous system, the endocrine system, which is all your glands and all your hormones, and the immune system. 70% of the immune system resides right in the gut lining. All of these sending signals between the gut and the brain. These findings have earned the gut microbiome ecosystem the nickname the second brain. Michael Gershon, author of The Second Brain, published in 1998, spent the majority of his career dedicated to understanding this gut-brain connection. His 30 years of research have led to the discovery that the nerve cells in the gut act as a brain. Our two brains, the one in our head and the one in our gut, must cooperate. If they do not, then there is chaos in the gut and misery in the head. This second brain is attributed to the enteric nervous system, otherwise known as ENS. The ENS is two thin layers of more than 100 million nerve cells lining your gastrointestinal tract. Its main role is controlling digestion, helping nutrients absorb, and the elimination of waste. For decades, researchers thought that anxiety and depression contributed to digestive problems, which is likely true, but it may also be the other way around. There is now evidence that irritation or dysfunction in the gastrointestinal system may send signals via the enteric nervous system to the central nervous system that trigger mood changes. These findings may explain why a higher than normal percentage of people with IBS and other bowel problems develop depression and anxiety. One of the ways the gut microbiome communicates is by creating and consuming the majority of the body's serotonin. And serotonin is the neurotransmitter responsible for sleep, a nice calm mood, and digestion. Over 90% of your body's serotonin is made by your gut microbiome. The microbes that live in your gut actually influence feelings and behavior. In fact, when the gut ecosystem is out of balance, the altered composition of your microbiota has been shown to significantly affect mood, pain tolerance, cognition and cognitive performance, your behavior, and mental health. When you consider the marvelous influence the gut has on the body, it is no surprise gut health is a radically sensible eating idea. What you eat is one of the most important factors influencing your health. The foods you eat are broken down and transformed by your gut microbiome to nourish the rest of your body. And if you aren't eating the right foods for a healthy brain and second brain, then you're going to feel it. So, what do probiotics and prebiotics have to do with it? The World Health Organization has defined probiotics as live microorganisms that can provide benefit to human health by promoting a healthy microbiome. The concept of prebiotics was first introduced in 1995. A prebiotic was described as a non-digestible food ingredient that beneficially affects the host by selectively stimulating the growth of bacteria in the colon and thus improving health. Prebiotics, therefore, feed the intestinal microbiota. There's something known as a symbiotic relationship, which is a combination of prebiotics and probiotics that create a synergistic, healthy effect in the body. So, probiotics. The birth of probiotics was a direct result of the science behind the gut microbiome, but availability of supplemental probiotics is only really a piece of the puzzle. Over 2,000 species of bacteria live in our gut, and yet there are only a few dozen strains available as probiotic supplements. So, using a probiotic supplement can be helpful. But if microbial diversity and richness are the keys, then you can imagine how a few dozen strains simply aren't enough. Eating probiotic-containing foods add to that effect. Things like yogurt, kefir, buttermilk, kombucha, sauerkraut, kimchi, chocolate, yay, natto, which is Japanese fermented soy, tempeh, miso, tofu, pickles, olives, and raw cheeses like feta, Gouda, and mozzarella. As I said before, there's a symbiotic relationship between probiotics and prebiotics. So this relationship requires the prebiotic foods as well. Prebiotics feed the gut and keep the probiotics viable, keep them alive. Prebiotics exist naturally in food. Foods such as asparagus, dandelion greens, beets, garlic, chicory, jicama, onion, scallions and shallots and leeks, Jerusalem artichokes, sweet potatoes and tomatoes, cabbage, grains like wheat and oats, barley and rye. Flaxseed is a prebiotic food, honey, apples, bananas, an actual soybean edamame, peas, other legumes such as black beans, red beans, black-eyed peas, and lentils, Cocoa, again, seaweeds and microalgae, sauerkraut, kimchi, and cردito are all considered prebiotic foods. Studies show multiple benefits of probiotics and prebiotics. Again, cognitive support, mood, learning, the immune system is supported by these foods. They have been shown to lower cholesterol. They help reduce the risk of gut issues like colon cancer, IBS, Crohn's disease. They improve digestion and can decrease the risk for autoimmune diseases in general. As we have seen, the effectiveness and function of the gut are dependent upon the microbiome. But modern farming practices, medications, processed foods, and other factors are leaving us with less of the beneficial bugs and more of the harmful ones. So it's not just what we eat, but when we eat, how well we sleep, the effect of our stress, our environment, all of these things influence the balance of the microbiome. And all of these topics are all topics for future radically sensible eating installments. So when it comes to improving brain health, a great way to start is by paying attention to the health of your gut. Not only do probiotics and prebiotics strengthen and nourish the good guys, but they suppress the bad guys, promoting an optimal environment for gut and brain health. This evolving science offers us great chances for health and healing.